Today, we are diving deep into a reborn legend that has taken the car world by storm. Yes, we are talking about the 2026 Volkswagen Corrado, a name that once symbolized Volkswagen's daring spirit in the late 80s and 90s, now revived for a new generation with bold styling, cutting-edge performance, and a dose of nostalgia that enthusiasts can't ignore. The Corrado has always had a special place in automotive history. Originally launched in 1988, it was Volkswagen's attempt at creating a sporty coupe that could compete with the likes of the Toyota Supra, Nissan 300ZX, and even the BMW 3 Series coupes of its time. With its iconic wedge-shaped profile, pop-up style features, and the innovative active rear spoiler, the Corrado became a cult classic. Even though it never sold in huge numbers, those who owned one knew how special it was. Fast forward to 2026, and Volkswagen has decided to bring the Corrado back, not just as a retro nameplate, but as a reimagined sports coupe built for the modern era. From the very first glance, the new Corrado commands attention. It keeps the spirit of the original alive, but with a futuristic twist. The design is sharp, sculpted, and aerodynamic. The long hood and sloping roofline pay tribute to the original coupe silhouette, while the aggressive LED lighting signature screams 21st century innovation. At the rear, you can still see the nod to the iconic spoiler that made the first Corrado famous. This time, it's an active aero system that adjusts automatically depending on speed and driving mode, giving you both stability and style. Volkswagen designers clearly wanted to honor the past while pushing the Corrado into a bold new direction. Under the skin, the 2026 Corrado is all about performance. Volkswagen is offering multiple powertrain options to suit different driving personalities. The entry-level model comes with a turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder engine, delivering around 300 horsepower, paired with either a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission. This setup is perfect for purists who still crave the joy of shifting gears and hearing the turbo spool up. Then, for those seeking more excitement, there's a V6 option producing close to 400 horsepower, giving the Corrado serious muscle to take on rivals like the Toyota GR Supra and the Nissan Z. And because we live in an electrified era, Volkswagen has also unveiled a performance hybrid variant combining electric motors with the V6, pushing output beyond 450 horsepower while maintaining impressive efficiency. This means you get that instant electric torque for blistering acceleration while still enjoying the raw soundtrack of a combustion engine. Driving dynamics have always been at the heart of what made the Corrado so beloved, and the 2026 version doubles down on that legacy. The car is built on Volkswagen's latest modular performance platform, with lightweight materials and a finely tuned suspension system. Adaptive dampers, precise steering, and an advanced torque vectoring all-wheel drive setup ensure that the Corrado feels planted through corners while still delivering comfort on daily drives. Reviewers who have had early test drives describe it as a car that brings back the joy of driving while still being practical enough for everyday use. Step inside the cabin and the theme of blending heritage with modern luxury continues. The interior feels driver-focused with a low seating position and a cockpit-style layout. High-quality materials like Alcantara, brushed aluminum, and sustainable leather alternatives are everywhere, giving the Corrado a premium feel. The digital instrument cluster is fully customizable, allowing drivers to choose between a retro-inspired layout that mimics the old Corrado dials or a futuristic minimalist display, packed with performance data. The infotainment system is centered around a large touchscreen, but Volkswagen has smartly kept physical buttons for essential controls so drivers can focus on the road instead of fumbling through menus. Add in ambient lighting, wireless connectivity, and a premium audio system, and you have a cabin that feels both nostalgic and ahead of its time. Volkswagen knows that modern drivers also value technology and safety, and the new Corrado doesn't disappoint. It comes loaded with the latest driver assistance systems, including adaptive cruise control, lane centering, blind spot monitoring, and automated emergency braking. However, enthusiasts will be happy to know that these features can be dialed back or switched off entirely when you want to enjoy the car in its purest form. The balance between convenience and control is perfectly executed. One of the most talked about aspects of the 2026 Corrado is its pricing and positioning. Volkswagen has cleverly placed it in a sweet spot between affordable sports cars and high-end performance coupes. The base model starts at an estimated $45,000, making it accessible for younger buyers and enthusiasts who want an entry into the performance coupe world. The V6 model jumps closer to $60,000, while the Hybrid Performance Edition pushes above $70,000. This strategy positions the Corrado against cars like the Supra, Nissan Z, Ford Mustang Dark Horse, and even the BMW M200 and Ford Y, while offering something unique that blends heritage with innovation. Enthusiast communities are buzzing with excitement because the return of the Corrado means more than just a new car. It symbolizes Volkswagen's willingness to embrace its enthusiast base, something many automakers have forgotten in their rush toward crossovers and SUVs. For younger car fans who only knew the Corrado as a legend from their parents or from internet forums, the 2026 model is their chance to experience what made the original so special. For older fans who once owned or dreamed of owning one, it's a nostalgic revival that doesn't feel forced. It feels authentic. The performance numbers are equally impressive. The Turbo 4 can sprint from 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds, while the V6 drops that time to around 4 seconds flat. The Hybrid pushes acceleration even further, making it the quickest Corrado ever built. Top speed varies depending on the model, but the Performance Hybrid is said to touch close to 180 miles per hour. Combine that with sharp handling and cutting-edge technology, and you have a car that can stand proudly against the best sports coupes on the market today. What makes the 2026 Corrado truly stand out, though, is its identity. In an era where many cars are starting to look and feel the same, the Corrado dares to be different. It's not just another retro revival slapped with a famous badge. It's a thoughtful reimagining of a beloved classic, designed to deliver genuine driving pleasure. Volkswagen has managed to capture the soul of the original while giving it everything it needs to thrive in today's world of electrification, connectivity, and competition. Of course, no car is perfect. Some critics argue that the pricing of the higher-end trims might push it out of reach for some enthusiasts. Others question whether Volkswagen can truly maintain long-term support for a niche sports coupe in a market dominated by SUVs. But fans argue that it's exactly cars like the Corrado that keep automotive culture alive. They remind us that driving can still be fun, emotional, and personal. And in a future that might be dominated by self-driving